Well, tip-top of the evening, everybody, and welcome to Sports Final Sort of on what we hope will be our last weekend of webcasting only. But we've got plenty of good highlights coming your way tonight from an exciting Friday night, including plenty of district semifinal football action. But we start tonight on the volleyball court. Two teams still left alive in super sectional play, one step away from a trip to Redbird Arena. And the news was great tonight for the Southeastern Lady Suns, who despite trailing in game number 3 by a huge 19-12 deficit, rallied to win tonight, beating a very, very talented squad from Newark, 25-20, 21-25, 28-26 on the night. Taylor Wagner with 17 kills. Amanda Stevens had 19 kills. So the Lady Suns are headed to Redbird Arena on Friday morning, where they will take on a familiar foe, Springfield Lutheran, who Southeastern beat earlier this season. That will be in the state semifinals. Again, we'll talk much more about that game coming up later this week. And now, on to the big showdown tonight that took place in Clinton between arch rivals Quincy Notre Dame and, of course, Pleasant Plains. Decisive set 3 action from Clinton tonight. Quincy Notre Dame trying to punch its ticket to Redbird Arena. And speaking of punch, Madam Captain herself, Emma Barrowman, with a huge swing right here. Plains tries to answer back in kind with a massive kill of its own, but right back at ya comes Emma Barrowman. Quincy Notre Dame would lead by a commanding 16-9 lead late in set number 3, but here comes Plains, and you have to admire the tenacity. They never gave up, winning the last set 25-23 to eliminate the Raiders and punch their way into a ticket to the Class 2A Final Four. Congratulations to the Quincy Notre Dame Lady Raiders on a phenomenal season that ends just one game shy of state. To football now, Missouri Class 4 District 5 semifinal between Hannibal and Warrenton. The Pirates showing no ring rust. In fact, first defensive play, Romel Pinner with a quarterback sack, sets the tone for the rest of this ball game. The Pirates very stingy and incredibly efficient on offense. Their first drive, just 3 rushing plays, the second of which, nifty pickup here by Tyler Hardy, but he would be outshined by his teammate Aeneas Williams. Check out this 46-yard run, beautiful juke at one end of it, and yes, Aeneas goes untouched to the end zone. PAT would fail. It's 6-0 Pirates. They're not done, not by a long shot. How about some defense yet again? Second series, trying to get something going. How about Kaiser Greenwell, the all-stater, coming up out of the defensive backfield, making the tackle for loss. First play on the next possession, Cortland Watson to the air, Aeneas Williams underneath it, and 63 yards later, plus a 2-point conversion, it's 14-0 in favor of the Pirates. The defense would continue to shine. Check out Tyler Hardy in the middle of this scrum. He is, in fact, a forceful tackler, if you didn't know. Then later, Romel Pinner again, this time going to jar the ball loose. There would be a mad scramble for it. Eventually, the Pirates would end up with it about 3 fumbles later. Sets the wheels in motion yet again for a beautiful Tyler Hardy cutback run that would stake Hannibal to an early and quick 21-0 lead. They'd never look back, putting 76 points on the board and beating Warrenton 76-6 to advance to the district finals, which they will host next week against the team they opened the season against, the Jefferson City Jays. And that should be an absolute dandy. All right, Class 2, District 7, Palmyra hosting Macon. The Tigers trying to pull an upset, already up 14-0, but Braden Madden gets into the offensive backfield, forces the fumble, and gives the Panthers not only a short field, but a chance to have that Macon Tiger lead and leave it to Landon Smith to do exactly that in the waning minutes of the first half. But here comes Macon on the ensuing kickoff. Palmyra kicks it to the absolute guy you don't want to kick it off to, Christian Riekberg, who is going to take it nearly to the house. There's Fast, and then there's Christian Fast, giving Macon a short field to work with, and his time is expiring in the first half. That's Michael Lanier in for the score of his own volition, 21-7 in favor of Macon at the half. Second half, Palmyra would mount a couple of charges, giving themselves very short fields. It starts right here with a resourceful play by linebacker Nolan Richards, who picks up the interception. There would be a penalty tacked onto the back end of this thing. Palmyra had a short field, but they turn it over on downs. They get the ball back after a fumble, but this ball would be picked off by Gage Lewis. He'd go the other way for an apparent pick six interception. However, there was another personal foul on this one, so Macon forced to drive the field to augment their lead, and Michael Lanier would do exactly that, first calling his own number. Big pickup for him right there. Then after a penalty, check him out making things up right here. Beautiful pass catch combination right here with Landon Cole, who's going to drag tacklers all the way down to the 2-yard line. Lanier will do the rest to christen things. Macon gets the win 34-7 as the Tigers are off to Maryville to try to win a district championship in upset fashion next week. And now, here's Zach Richardson.
In Class 2 District 6 semifinal action, it will be the undefeated Bobcats taking on the Pintos of California. Let's jump into it. This Bowling Green defense was flying around all night. Here's Harrison Hunt and Charlie Boeing stopping this run in the backfield for a loss. On the next play, Gunnar Bryant would come up here and make a big tackle and would force the Pintos to punt the ball away. Now, on the first Bobcat offensive possession, they go with Starks, who is stuffed in the backfield, but no worries. Next play, they go with a little play action. Dylan Dalton to Gunnar Bryant, who's able to outrun the defender to the end zone for the score. Bowling Green goes up 6-0 early in this one. Hey, let's go back to some more defense. Jackson Charlton on the defensive line was able to get a hold of the quarterback, and Harrison Hunt comes in and knocks the ball away, and the Bobcats recover the fumble. It didn't take the Bobcats long to take advantage of that turnover. They hand the ball off to Starks, who gets into the end zone for another Bobcat score. To no surprise, very productive day from Starks tonight. Next Bobcat possession, they go to the ground, this time to Cooper Keel, who was able to break away for the long touchdown run, giving Bowling Green a 3-score lead. Bowling Green was very dominant in this one tonight, winning 65-14. They will hit the road next week to take on Hallsville for a district championship.
Class 1 District 2 semifinal action saw Monroe City in seek and destroy mode against overpowered Brentwood. Starts right off the bat with Kyle Hayes finding Cade Chapman wide open for the early touchdown. It's 8-0 before you could blink, but the Panthers had barely begun to sink in their teeth. Check out the Reese Bulig forced fumble right there. Ultimately, the ball to Monroe City, which gives them a short field to work with, which allows the offense to go back to work. Little oxygen for Joshua Tolton, who not only recovers the fumble here, but will be the recipient on a long touchdown rumble that extends the lead at this point out to 14-0. And ultimately 16-0. More to come in this one from the defense. Cade Chapman have a night. Check out this tackle for loss to make sure Brentwood would lose much of its resolve early, and then Chapman going to capitalize yet again, extending the lead out to 24-0 thanks to this long catch again from Kyle Hayes. Nice combination tonight. And how about we cap it off a little Joshua Tolton long distance action, as it was all Monroe City all the time in this one, looking very good and posting the 46-0 shutout and to advance to a district title. But who would their opponent be? For that, we turn to more answers again to Mr. Zach Richardson.
In the Class 1 District 2 semifinal game, it will be Mark Twain taking on St. Pius X of Festus. Let's jump ahead to the second half. Mark Twain pounded the rock down the field, and then it would be Dawson Talbot picking up a few yards, which would set up this play right here. Peyton Hawkins to Lakota Preston in for the touchdown. The 2-point conversion from Landon Moss, as you see, was good. Mark Twain goes up 20-0. Now let's get some defense. Dawson Talbot coming up with a big tackle, slowing down the St. Pius offense. And then just a few plays later, Connor Eckler with a big defensive play of his own, coming away with the pick to help seal this deal. 20-0 will be your final in this ball game in favor of Mark Twain. The Tigers will take on Monroe City next week in the district title game.
Elsewhere in Class 1 and District 6, Highland shuts out Westran 36-0 to advance to take on Marceline on the road next week. Marceline eliminates South Shelby 42-14. Again, Marceline versus Highland for all the district marbles. Second round Missouri District 8-man action. Second-seeded Knox County coming off a bye, taking apart Santa Fe. Early on, it's Miller time in this one. Branson Miller, to be more precise. 2 quick runs for him, and all of a sudden, it's a 6-0 lead. The Eagles aren't done, this time going to the air. Branson Miller up top for Braden Miller, who's wide open. Pretty scoring strike, but it would get prettier and more lopsided from there. Check out Branson Miller calling his own number, showing off the speed speed and all of the elusiveness as he dashes home for the score. Add one more touchdown here from Austin Jansen, and in the end, Knox County has no trouble advancing. Up next for the Eagles, the Saints of St. Paul Lutheran, coming up on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Women's college basketball tonight at the Joe Charles Fieldhouse. Culver Stockton debuting against Williams Baptist. Early on in this game, Katie Webb going to open fire for 3. That's good. Check out the take here as well by Josie Landrum. Aggressive, wonderful play by her. The Culver Stockton women win 71-65. Also in that same tournament, Iowa Wesleyan 69, HLGU 29. On the men's side of things, Culver Stockton now 3-0, beating Judson 87-76, and the John Wood men win 92-71 over Central Methodist JV. With your look at Friday Night Sports, I'm Sports Director Chris Dewar.